Let us be honest about the 2026 junior developer market. It is brutal. There are more self-taught and bootcamp grads than ever, layoffs pushed experienced people down into junior postings, and a single job can pull hundreds of applicants. If you have been sending resumes into the void and hearing nothing, it is not just you. But brutal is not the same as closed. People still get their first developer job every single week, with no computer science degree and no lucky connection. What they have instead is a process. A specific sequence that still works: build proof of work, apply in a targeted way, get referred, and prepare for the interview. That is the whole video. Not motivation, a sequence. Let us walk it. Before any tactic, you need one mindset shift, because it changes everything you do next. You are not looking for a job. You are removing an employer's risk. Think about it from their side. Hiring a junior is a bet. They spend money and senior time on someone who might not be able to do the work, might need months of hand-holding, or might quit. Every rejection you get is really them saying, too risky, not enough evidence. So reframe every step as risk reduction. A deployed project proves you can ship. A focus stack proves you are not spread thin. A referral means a trusted person is vouching for you. Good interview answers prove you can think. You are not begging for a chance, you are stacking evidence until saying yes becomes the easy, low-risk decision. Step 1, and the foundation of everything: proof of work. A portfolio of real projects. Here is the hard rule. Tutorials do not count. A clone to-do app that 10,000 other people also built proves nothing an employer cares about. What proves something is 2 to 4 real projects that you actually deployed, that a stranger can open in a browser and use. Depth beats breadth. It is far better to have 2 projects you can talk about for 20 minutes each, every decision, every bug you fought, every trade-off, than 10 shallow clones. And at least one of them should be genuinely impressive. Something with a real feature, real data, maybe a real user or 2. The project that makes a reviewer pause. Then make it findable and readable. Clean GitHub. A real README on each repo that explains what it does, how to run it, and what you learned. A recruiter or engineer should understand your project in 30 seconds without running anything. Step 2, pick a lane. This is where most juniors quietly sabotage themselves. The generalist junior application gets lost. When your resume says you do front-end and back-end and mobile and data and a little machine learning, a hiring manager does not read versatile. They read not credibly good at any one thing yet. At the junior level, breadth reads as noise. So pick one lane and go deep enough to be credible. One primary stack, one type of role. Front-end with React. Back-end with a specific language. Whatever it is, aim your projects, your skills list, and your learning at that one target until you could hold your own in a conversation with someone who does it for a living. You are not marrying this lane forever. You are getting through the first door. Once you are employed, you can broaden all you want. Right now, focus is what makes you look hireable. Step 3, your resume and your online presence, working together. The goal is to be findable and consistent. The resume itself is one page. Lead with your projects and your chosen stack, not a paragraph about your passion. Every bullet should point at proof, what you built and, where you can, the impact. But in 2026, the resume is only part of it. When someone is interested, they will search you. So your GitHub should look active, recent commits, pinned real projects, not a graveyard from last year. Your LinkedIn should exist and match your resume, same title, same stack, same story. If a portfolio site is easy for you, have one. The theme is consistency. Resume, GitHub, and LinkedIn should tell one coherent story about one kind of developer. Gaps and contradictions create doubt, and doubt is risk. Step 4, targeted applications over spray and pray. This is the highest leverage change most people never make. Blasting 200 generic applications feels productive. It is mostly wasted motion. 10 genuinely tailored applications will beat 200 copy-paste ones almost every time. What does tailored mean, concretely? Read the actual posting. Mirror its language. If it asks for specific tools you honestly know, use their exact words. Adjust the top of your resume so the things they care about are the first things they see. Apply early, because many roles are effectively filled from the first wave of applicants. And follow the company, know what they build before anyone talks to you. Fewer applications, far more care each. You are trading volume for signal, and signal is what actually gets replies. Step 5, and often the real unlock, referrals and network. Most jobs are filled through people, not portals. A referral moves your application from a pile of hundreds to a warm introduction a human actually reads. That single fact is why networking, which sounds slimy to a lot of developers, is worth more than another 100 cold applications. But do it the right way. Do not open with, "Please refer me," to a stranger. Instead, be visible over time. Build in public, post what you are learning and what you are building. Comment usefully. When you do reach out, be warm and specific, mention their actual work, ask a real question, or share something genuinely relevant. A specific, human message from someone whose projects they can see beats a generic ask every time. You are not asking for a favor. You are becoming someone worth vouching for. Step 6, Interview Preparation, because getting the interview and passing it are two different skills. Cover the fundamentals. You do not need to be a competitive programmer, but you should be comfortable with core data structures and a handful of common patterns, enough to work through a straightforward problem out loud without freezing. Then, the part juniors underuse, talk about your own projects in depth. This is your home field advantage. You built those things. You can discuss the decisions, the bugs, the trade-offs, better than any algorithm question. Interviewers love a candidate who lights up talking about real work. For behavioral questions, use the star shape, situation, task, action, result, so your stories are concrete instead of vague. Prepare a few good questions to ask them, which signals real interest. And practice out loud, ideally with another person. The gap between knowing an answer and saying it cleanly under pressure is huge, and the only fix is reps. Step 7, the one that keeps you in the game. This is a numbers game, and you need resilience. Rejection is the default, not a verdict on your worth. Even strong candidates get told no far more than yes. If you treat each rejection as proof you are not good enough, you will quit right before it works. Treat it instead as a funnel with stages you can fix. Here is the diagnostic. If you are getting no callbacks at all, the problem is upstream. Your resume or your portfolio is not clearing the first filter. Fix those. If you are getting interviews but no offers, your resume works and the problem is the interview. Drill your fundamentals and your project stories. So track it. Applications, callbacks, interviews, offers. The stage where you stall tells you exactly what to fix next. It is not luck and it is not a mystery. It is a funnel, and you iterate on it until it converts. So here is the whole sequence in one frame. 1. Shift your mindset. You are removing an employer's risk, not begging for a job. 2. Build proof of work. 2 to 4 deployed projects, clean READMEs, 1 genuinely impressive. 3. Pick a lane and go deep enough to be credible. 4. Make yourself findable, 1-page resume, active GitHub, matching LinkedIn, 1 consistent story. 5. Apply targeted, not spray and pray, 10 tailored beat 200 generic. 6. Use referrals, be visible, build in public, send warm specific messages. 7. Prepare for interviews, fundamentals, your own projects in depth, star stories, practice out loud. And 8. Treat it as a funnel, not a verdict, track your stages and fix the one that is leaking. No degree required. No luck required. A process, run with patience. That is the honest path to your first developer job in 2026. The market is hard, but the people who get through are not the lucky ones, they are the ones who ran this sequence and did not quit. Proof of work, 1 lane, findable presence, targeted applications, referrals, interview prep, and the resilience to treat rejection as data. Boring, repeatable, and it still works. I put the full written walkthrough at the link below. And if you want the complete job search system, resume, portfolio, and interview prep together, the Developer Job Hunt Pack is linked in the description. $29, completely optional. Subscribe for more honest developer career breakdowns, and I will see you in the next one.